Hey everyone, Rebecca Martin at Rebecca Martin Coaching, bringing you transformational public speaking skills for your workplace and also for your life. Today, I'm going to give you a brief storytelling structure. We could do a long workshop, all day workshop, life workshop on how to tell a story, the importance of storytelling, etc. But I really just want to give you a quick hack that will help you to tell your story effectively for your audience. The problem with most stories is that an audience is not quite tracking you and also doesn't quite know the point. You, as the person who was in the story, or it's your story, you have personal investment, personal involvement. It makes perfect sense to you. You can see the vision, you can see why you're telling the story, but sometimes you're going to get lost in the details, lost in the weeds, lost in the emotions, and you're going to forget about your audience. What do they need in order to hear and understand and glean the right information from your story? So I'm going to give you the structure that you can follow in order to tell any story in any environment for any purpose, for any goal. Okay. And here it is. First of all, you need to start with the message of your story. Most people start by telling all the details of the story, and I'm creating a triangle here, and they get through all the details and they finally get to their point. And the reason I told this story is by that time, you've probably already lost your audience and you've probably lost your confidence along the way. So we don't want to do that. We actually want to start with our point so that people know, why do I need to listen to this story? Real basic. People want to know why they should listen to you, why they should give you their time, their precious time. And so you need to tell them right at the beginning. The reason I'm going to tell you this story is the message that I want to communicate with this story is the point of what I'm about to say is truly these are your lead-in sentences, and you can just fill in the blank. Give yourself one sentence to communicate the point of this story to deliver your message. Then you have to start by setting us up. We got to know the context: who, what, when, where, why. Maybe you don't address all of those elements, but you give us most of them. We need to be able to place you. We need to be able to visualize you. Um, who are you? Where are you? Who are you speaking to? What time is it? What time of the year? What year is it? What day is it? Etc. Give us the relevant details so that we're not questioning some of the basic context. You want to give us enough details so that we can visualize you at a certain point of time dealing with a certain number of variables or issues, etc. We want to hear the basic boring details so that we know where we're all beginning. We all start in the same place. So then, you're telling a little bit about what this old normal used to be. Okay. So we get a sense of maybe it's every day I did this, every day this happened, every day I went to work and so talked to me, etc. We got to establish a baseline, establish the context. Then, most likely, one thing happened that was different. You were hit by lightning. Somebody spoke to you who had never spoken to you before. You received a job opportunity out of the blue. You had a moment of insight. Sometimes there is one clear thing that happens that shifts your reality. And sometimes there's not. There's a number of things, but you have to encapsulate it into one. Okay, one moment. So maybe a whole bunch of things happened, but you had one moment of clarity in which you made a decision. You have one moment where you decided, I'm not going to do this anymore. It's really important that you articulate to the best of your ability this one moment. We can track that as an audience. A whole bunch of input we can't track. So one day, this one thing happened, right? Then you made a decision. You took an action because of this insight, because of this job offer, because of the bolt of lightning striking you. You took an action that was probably different than the actions you had taken before. And then you had a result. which determined a new reality, a new normal. Especially when we're speaking about telling a story in the context of your work, a job, an interview, persuading people to give you the money for, whatever the budget that you want, whatever it might be. In a work situation, you're going to want to communicate the action that you took, the results because of your action, and now this new normal where you are now. This is the structure that helps you to tell the entire story, starting with the point, the reason why you're telling the story, the message, and ending with the point or the message. Now, this can get a little bit repetitive, right? It can get a little bit formulaic, but it doesn't need to be. This final message, you can, what I call up-level it, take it up a notch. Maybe you are connecting your message that you want to communicate about this budget line that you want, and connecting it to the larger goal of the company values, whatever it might be. Think about connecting your message to a larger goal, to a larger purpose, to a larger perspective. In this way, you're taking your small story and connecting it to something bigger, which ultimately is going to have a bigger impact, make people think about new ideas, new questions, new inspiration, etc. So I know this is very kind of vague and general. I'm not telling a specific story all the way throughout, but I want to give you a structure and give you prompts that helps you to tell your story. And in a very quick amount of time, you can really just fill out this structure, practice it a few times out loud, and see how it feels and see how it lands. But this is the structure that your audience is hoping for and expecting, and helps them to understand the value that you are trying to bring. Thanks so much for joining. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any other issues or questions about public speaking or communication you'd like me to address on this channel, I would love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below any topics you're hoping to hear about. Thanks again.